Hello students, I welcome you all to this class. Today we will study our next grammar topic, words, phrases, clauses and sentences. So let us start. First of all, we will learn what is word. Okay, so let us start. Letters are the smallest linguistic units. When we combine letters in a meaningful order, it becomes a word. Okay, means a word is the basic unit of language. And the definition of a word is a letter or group of letters that has meaning when spoken or written. A word refers to a speech sound or a mixture of two or more speech sounds in both written and verbal form of language. A word works as a symbol to represent or refer to something or someone in language to communicate a specific meaning. For example, mobile. It is made up of the letters M, O, B, I, L, E. These are the 6 letters in the word mobile. Okay. Next is phrase. Now we will come to know what is phrase. So a phrase is a group of words with some meaning. It is a group of words that stands together as a single grammatical unit, typically as part of a clause or a sentence. A phrase does not contain a subject and verb and consequently cannot convey a complete thought. It may act as a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. Now let's see the examples. Of great value, of great wealth, with great speed, early to bed. So as you can see, these are not single words but group of words. Okay, so all these are examples of phrases. And one more thing, dear students, you can see here subject and predicate both are not here. Next is clause. Let's read it. It is a group of words having its own subject and predicate. It may be independent, having complete sense, or dependent without complete sense. Means words and phrases make up clauses. Okay, and clauses are units of grammar that contain at least one predicate and a subject. This makes a clause different than a phrase. Okay, because phrase does not contain a verb and a subject, but clause contains subject and predicate. Let's read the example. He saw a girl who was beautiful. So the above sentence contains two clauses. He saw a girl and who was beautiful. So on a structural basis, clauses can be classified into two parts. First is principal clause and second is subordinate clause. So first of all, we will come to know what is principal clause. Let's read it. This is an independent or main clause. It gives complete sense. It does not depend upon other clauses or parts for its meaning. Means this clause is the main part of sentence as it contains the subject as well as the finite verb and the object. It can make complete sense itself. Okay, it does not have to depend upon any other clause. Okay, now we will read the examples. I have written here, I saw her where I went. So here the underlined clause is I saw her. This is your principal clause. So first of all, how will you get to know that it is main clause, principal clause, or it is subordinate clause? So first of all, you will find the conjunction. Okay, so with the conjunction and after the conjunction, the sentence will be subordinate clause and the rest of the part will be your principal clause. Okay, means when you will find out principal clause or the subordinate clause, you have to find out the conjunctions first. Now the next sentence, my dog follows me where I go. So here you can see the conjunction is where and where I go, because I told you after the conjunction the sentence will be your subordinate clause and the rest of the sentence will be your principal clause. So my dog follows me. This is your principal clause. Next is, we want to know why she is crying. Here why, it is conjunction. So why she is crying, this is your subordinate clause and rest of the part will be your principal clause. So we want to know, that is your principal clause. Next is, I don't understand what you are trying to say. Here the conjunction is what? So after the conjunction the sentence will be subordinate clause. So what it will be? What you are trying to say. This is subordinate clause. I don't understand. This is your principal clause. Next is, I met a man who was reading newspaper. So here the conjunction is who. So who was reading newspaper? This is a subordinate clause and rest of the sentence will be principal clause. I met a man. This is your principal clause. Okay. Now we will read subordinate clause. So this is a dependent clause. It depends upon a principal clause for its meaning. Okay. Subordinate clause is a clause that cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. Okay. A subordinate clause is dependent upon a main clause to be meaningful. It is also referred as a dependent clause. Now we will read the examples. Rohit, who climbed the hill, welcomed me there. Here conjunction is who. So after the conjunction the sentence will be subordinate clause. So who climbed the hill. This is subordinate clause. But you will not take welcomed me there as a subordinate clause. Why? Because you can't take two verbs in one sentence. So Rohit welcomed me there. This is your subordinate clause. This is your main clause. Sorry. Who climbed the hill? That is your subordinate clause. And rest of the sentence will be your main clause. Although he is poor, he is very happy. Here the conjunction is although. So although he is poor, this is subordinate clause. If you work hard, you will succeed. if you work hard. This is subordinate clause. I don't know that he was a thief. Here, that it is conjunction, so that he was a thief. This is subordinate clause. The person who came here yesterday was my friend. And here the conjunction is who. So who came here yesterday? That is your subordinate clause. The person was my friend. That is main clause. Now we will read what is a sentence. A sentence is a group of words which expresses a complete sense or meaning, typically containing a subject and predicate, conveying a statement, question, exclamation, or command, and consisting of a main clause and sometimes one or more subordinate clauses. Let's read the examples. I purchased a bunch of grapes. Books are printed on recycled paper. Now we will read subject and predicate. First of all, we will come to know what is subject and predicate. So every complete sentence contains two parts, a subject and a predicate. So first of all, we will read what is subject. Let's read it. A subject is defined as a noun or a pronoun according to which the verb is set. Means if the subject is singular, the verb is singular, and if the subject is plural, the verb is plural. And the role of subject can be performed by either a word or a phrase or a clause. Means the subject is what or whom the sentence is about. Okay, let's read the example. Dhoni hit a 4. The skipper of India made a century. That Virat made a double century is known to all. So in these three sentences, a noun Dhoni, a phrase the skipper of India, and a clause that Virat made a double century are the subjects. Okay. Next is predicate. So what is predicate? So what is said about the subject is the predicate. It is the remaining part of the sentence other than the subject. It may contain one or more words. It must have a verb. Means a predicate is the part of a sentence or a clause that tells what the subject is doing or what the subject is. Now, how can you tell the difference between a subject and a predicate? So, one way to remember the difference between the two is that the subject will be a noun or pronoun and the predicate will contain a verb in addition to a possible modifier. Let's read the example. Modi ji became the Prime Minister of India in 2014. He performed a new political outfit. Amitabh played the role of an advocate in his latest movie. So in these sentences, apart from Modi ji, he and Amitabh, the remaining parts of sentence are the predicates.